Hello everybody. Hello Matt, Apparition, Nagels, PDI, Komida, and Owe. Oh my god, it's great to be back in Umineko. I am doing well, Owe, and I am also very hyped about Siconia. Hello Palm, lovely to see you. Jeez. Like after that demo, hold on, let me just readjust my microphone. Jeez. After that demo, all I can think about right now is Siconia. But I still definitely want to find out what happens in Umineko. Hello, Eternal Magician. Lovely to see you here. I think I turned the audio a bit lower before for Siconia, so let me just bring it back up. Jeez. Let's see. Okay, so last time Eva made a daring declaration to find the treasure and become the heir like she always wanted to, rather than, push her dream onto George, which is really interesting. I'm really liking the character development that's going on here. Like, Eva's become much more well-rounded. Like, you think she's one thing in the beginning. You think she's just a snob, but she's like actually really just a huge go-getter who's so determined, and like she felt that was the only way she could do things, was to put all her dreams on George. And let me just tell you, for George himself, like, thank God that he is pretty much grew up to be the exact kind of person his parents wanted him to be, with very little complaint of his own. Who knows, maybe we'll see in later chapters that might not be the case. But I'm really excited to see what Eva does, like if she's really going back to her own dream, and how that whole thing with the voice in her head plays out. I'm really curious to see what's going to make for that. Oh wait, actually, I might not need the ADV patch, given if Siconia is going to be like the way it is, because what they did in Siconia now is they're kind of putting the sprites on the side, because it's HD, the widescreen. They're putting the sprites on the side of the dialogue instead of right over it. So the dialogue isn't covering sprites, which is why I never liked NVL mode. So I think I can live with it if they keep on doing that. We'll see how it works out. And if worse comes to worse, I could always just fast forward the text once you do install it, and just get my first save back to where it was by just going really quickly. So I think it should be okay, OA. So, without further ado, unless anybody has any other questions, you guys can hear me, right? You can hear me just fine. Is anything too loud? Hello, Nagels. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the fast forward is really fast in Siconia. That's good. Yeah, it'll be really easy then. Ha ha ha, hilarious that way. Well, I'm glad you could hear me. Jeez. Hilarious. Let's see. Great, great. You can hear me. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's get back into it. Oh god, I only have one more page of save files left. Oh no. Oh, hello, Caitlin. You're new. Welcome to the streams. Alright, let's get started. It seems like we're starting with a Battler and Beatrice scene.
なるほどな。
Hello, Armora. Welcome. I see.
魔女じゃなく、ベアトリーチェという名の愛人が島に存在していたわけか。
So she's not a witch, but a mistress named Beatrice, who lived on the island.
つまり、人間は18人以上いる。
So there can be more than 18 people.
ということは、18人全員に不可能だから魔法犯罪であるという図式は崩せるわけだ。
Which means I can defeat that line of reasoning that says any crime impossible for all 18 people must involve magic.
これは大きい情報だぜ。
That's a big scoop. He's
失
here.
礼いたします。
Pardon me.
マトラ様、紅茶とクッキーはいかがですか？
I love that now he's going to be here to taunt Battler as well. Battler-sama, would you like some black tea and cookies? Beatrice Butler, who called himself Renove, appeared out of nowhere. I do have one more page of saves left. A plate set on a silver tray that he held was full of his delicious-looking steaming black tea and cookies. I really don't like this guy's smile. For some reason, it doesn't look like a smile used to warmly greet a guest. It feels like he's mocking me somehow. I don't know if he really takes me for an idiot, or if it's just a joke or something, but it's really irritating me.
いらねえよ。
I don't need any.
俺は今取り込み中なんだ。
I'm busy now.
放っておいてくれ。
Leave me alone.
おやおや、
Oh my.
それは美味しく焼けたクッキーなのに、とて
Such
も残念です。
a shame. And the cookies were so delicious too.
人間ごときにはもったいないくらいに素敵に焼き上がった。それは素敵なクッキーなのに。
Cooked so wonderfully they would be wasted on a mere human.
気が向いたら食ってやるぜ。
I'll eat some when I feel like it.
その辺に置いて、とっとと失せな。
Just set it down somewhere and get out of here.
さようでございますか。
Will that be acceptable?
それではそのようにいたしますよ。
Then I shall do so.
冷めてからお召し上がりになって、焼きたてを召し上がらなかったことを存分に後悔なされると良いでしょう。
You may eat them when they get cold and stale, and then regret to the fullest that you did not eat them while they were fresh.
いちいちうるさいやつだな。
You really are annoying.
まあ、耳元で気色悪くケラケラ笑うベアトのやつよりゃ、数段マシだがよ。
Well, you're a lot better than that Beato, who keeps cooing that creepy cackle right next to my ear. And Q?
いえいえ、まったく。
Yes, that is quite true.
お嬢様の笑い声は時折、実に品がありません。
There are times when Milady's laughter becomes quite undignified.
それを聞くたびに、なぜ私ほどの高貴な悪魔が
Every time I hear it, I find it painful to comprehend.
あのようなものを主にしなければならないのか。理解に苦しむのでございますよ。
Why a noble demon such as myself must serve such a master.
変なやつだな。
Man, you're weird.
そんなに嫌なら使えなきゃいいだろう
If you don't like it, then couldn't you just not work for her?
それでもなおお使いするのが家具の喜びなのでございます。
And yet, to continue serving is furniture's joy.
それでなくては家具は務まりません。
If we do not serve, we would be hardly furniture.
それはさておき、
Setting that aside,
ゲームの方はいかがでございますか？
how has the game been proceeding?
先ほど良い情報を見つけたようなことを言われ、お喜びになられていたようですが。
Just now, you seem to have found some useful information. That quite pleased you.
さてさて、どのような朝知恵が思いついたやら。
Well now, I wonder just what your shallow wit has conjured up. As Renove mocked me and giggled, he followed my earlier words literally and placed the black tea and cookies in a random spot nearby.
お方、19人目の存在に自信を深めたからでございましょう。
In any case, it appears you are now more confident in the existence of a 19th person. Yes?
よろしければ、ぜひご考説をお聞かせ願いますか？
Hello, Minmus. Welcome to the stream. Would you be gracious enough to allow me to hear your opinion?
ああ、いいぜ。
Yeah, sure.
どうせベアトの前で改めて言うしな。
I'm just gonna say it again in front of Beato anyway.
隠す必要もないさ。
No reason to hide it.
いいか？
Basically,
この島に隠し屋敷があって、愛人を住まわせていたらしいんだ。
it looks like there's a hidden mansion somewhere on the island, and that grandfather had his mistress living there.
となりゃ、俺を苦しめてきた18人なのか19人なのかって疑問は簡単に決着する。
So the question that's been torturing me about whether there are 18 or 19 people can be easily resolved.
マトラ様は魔女を否定するくせに。
You have driven yourself into a corner because of the dead end that you yourself have created.
18人の中にも犯人を求められないダブルスタンダードの袋小路に自らを追い込まれました。
Even though you deny the witch, Butler-sama, you hold a double standard and refuse to accept that the culprit is one of the 18.
魔女を否定する最も簡単な方法は18人の誰かを疑うことだ。
The easiest way to deny the witch would be to suspect one of the 18.
18人全員のアリバイはそう簡単には揃わない。
It isn't easy to gather alibis for every one of them.
常に一人くらいはアリバイの脆い人間が生まれる。
You always find at least one person with a fragile alibi.
俺はそいつを生贄にすることで常に魔女を否定し続けることもできるだろう。
I could probably just continue to deny the witch forever if I just used that person as a scapegoat.
しかしそれは断固拒否する。
However, I refuse to do that!
ああ、ダメだぜ。全然ダメだ。
It's useless. It's all useless.
18人はみんな俺にとって親たちや親戚たちやいとこたち。
Every one of those 18 people is either a parent, a relative, or a cousin to me.
そして真面目だったり面白かったりする頼もしい使用人の人たちだ。
And those reliable servants who are sometimes serious and sometimes fun to be with.
俺はその人たちの誰を生贄にすることも許せない。
I won't let myself use any one of them as a scapegoat.
かつて俺はその決意があやふやだった。
In the past, my resolve wavered.
だからその心の弱さをベアトに疲れたんだ。
That's how Beato hit me where my heart was weak.
自らの弱点を認め理解する。
Accepting and understanding one's own weaknesses.
なかなかできることではありません。
It is not something that can often be accomplished.
バトラ様は19人目が存在する説を槍にする。
Butler, somehow you use this theory about a 19th person as a spear.
槍というよりは盾でしょうかな。
Or should I say, a shield?
いずれにせよ、これまでのゲームでの無策と違い。
In any event, in contrast to how unprepared you were in the previous games.
戦い方に指針を持たれるのは劇的飛躍と申せましょう。
The fact that you have a compass bearing on how to fight is a dramatic leap forward, let us say.
これでバトラ様は敬愛する18人を疑わずに。
With this, you can suspect a 19th person and pursue your theory that the culprit is a human.
存分に19人目を疑い、人間犯人説を追求できるわけでございます。
Without having to doubt any of the 18 you love and respect.
そういうことさ。
That's it exactly!
最初のゲームのカノン君が殺されたボイラー室とか。
Like in the first game, when Kanan-kun was killed in the boiler room.
他にも他にも。
There were plenty of tricks I could have mentioned without hesitation.
19人目が存在していたなら迷う必要なんかないトリックはいくつもある。
As long as a 19th person existed. In the very first game, Kanan-kun was killed in the boiler room. One might think he was attacked by Kumasawa-san, who had gone down into the boiler room with him. Or maybe that's someone who had appeared to be dead earlier, who was actually faking and had ambushed them. Either way, it was a move that forced me to suspect one of the 18. However, by simply proposing that a 19th person existed, there was no longer any need to suspect one of the 18 for that murder in the boiler room.
つまり
In short,
18人の誰にも無理だからイコール犯人は魔女
I can at least deny the line of reasoning saying that
という図式だけは否定することができるわけさ。
if something is impossible for every one of the 18, therefore the culprit is a witch! Using this argument, it's easy to explain, for example, a problematic case that has already occurred in this game. Who gave Maria the letter? Even if all 18 people have alibis? I could easily explain everything by saying that a 19th person must have visited her and given her the letter.
ふむふむ。
Huh.
とても良い一手だと思いますよ。
I'd say that's quite a good move.
私だったらどう切り返しましょうか。
Now, how would I strike back against it?
たとえバトラ様が理解されたとしても、未だに弱点は健在。
You still have plenty of weak points, even if you are aware of them.
18人攻めは有効な手でしょうね。
Maybe the 18-person attack would be an effective move.
バトラ様の守りがどの程度か確かめる意味でも、改めてそこをつくのも面白いかもしれません。
To judge the strength of your defense, it may be amusing to contest that point again.
ならどうくる
Then how will you do it,
悪魔の執事
Demon Butler?
バトラ様が刺された19人目の駒を迎え撃つのが妥当でございましょう。
Alright, time for Mortal Kombat! Yay! Okay. I believe it would be appropriate to ambush the piece representing this 19th person that you mentioned.
バトラ様は 19人目にお会いしておりませんね。
Butler-sama, you have never met this 19th person. Yes.
19人目が存在する証拠をお願いできますかね。
Would you please show some proof that this 19th person exists?
あめえぜ。
How naive.
もちろんその差し手で来るだろうことは読んでいる。
Of course. I knew you'd probably try that move.
それは
My, my.
受け手をお願いいたします。
Please respond to it.
魔女だの悪魔だの。
Witches and demons and the like.
お前らにこれほどふさわしい一手はないぜ。
There's no more fitting move for you guys to use.
それがこいつ。
It's one of those
悪魔の証明さ。
devil's proofs! When you try to make some claim to humans like us, we always counterattack by telling you to show some proof. Because that's a human move. But I'm fighting with a witch. I'm taking part in a battle with someone who isn't human. And some moves exist that can only be used in a game against a witch. They are cheat moves. And that's what this devil's proof is. Because it's impossible to prove. Let's assume that there's a hidden mansion on Rokonjima, separate from the Ushiromiya family mansion. And that a woman named Beatrice lives there. In order to prove this, one must find this mansion and actually bring Beatrice out of it. That's called actual proof in the human world. However, if we follow the rules of the devil's proof, you can't deny that she exists, even if there's no proof that she does. Because it's impossible to prove that something doesn't exist. That's right, I'm finally able to turn the tables using this devil's proof, which tormented me so much before. Those guys were always trying to force me to accept the existence of the witch with it. After all, it was physically impossible for me to show any proof that witches don't exist and deny Beato's claims. That's why I kept getting hit with a reckless argument that witches do exist and was unable to counterattack. And that's why I'll spin the chessboard around right now. If I can't disprove the existence of witches, then that means if I suggest a 19th human exists, you can't deny that either. In other words, because this problematic and mysterious mistress is craftily hiding herself, it'd be perfectly natural if you never found her, no matter how hard you looked. So you can't say that your inability to find this 19th person proves that she didn't exist. Therefore, it's impossible to deny the 19th person's existence. Beato used this devil's proof to make denying her own existence impossible. But this time, it's become my weapon. If we can get away with this argument, then forget just a 19th person. This island could be full of people we don't know about. Exactly! And even if there were 10 or 100 of them, she still couldn't deny that they existed. in the last game and the one before that, among the murder scenes that showed up? Hello, T. Welcome to the stream. There were several that were extremely intricate and must have taken a lot of effort to set up. It's really hard to imagine a single culprit setting up all of those. However, if not just a 19th person, but 10 or 100 people were hidden somewhere, there wouldn't be any problem at all. If they all split up the work, they could handle any job in a short period of time. Of course, doubts will naturally arise as to whether a large group of people like that could sneak around the mansion without being noticed. But those are all settled by the devil's proof. You can't deny that even 100 people were there, just because they weren't seen or noticed. Even though I'm saying it myself, it's just a stupid argument that makes me want to throw up. However, because it's such a dirty move, it's a perfect one to use against a witch. Well, this is just my imagination. But what if about 100 suspicious men wearing goat masks were hiding in the shadows? Something like that's worse than laughable, almost like they're cockroaches. If you see one, it means there's 100 more hiding somewhere.
まあ、へりくつまみれの暴論だとは思うぜ。
Well, I do think it's a ridiculous argument that's horribly twisted.
相手が人間だったなら、寝言を言うなと怒鳴られるところだろうよ。
If my opponent were human, I'm sure they'd yell at me like I was out of my mind.
だが、俺の相手は魔女だ。
But my opponent is a witch.
そして、俺たちがやってるのはそういう勝負なんだろう。
And after all, that's the kind of competition we're having, isn't it?
どんな暴論であろうとも、人間で説明をつけ、魔女を否定する。
I use any kind of reckless argument to explain it using humans and deny the witch.
とにかく、この一手で俺は、二度と親しい18人のみんなを疑わなくて済む。
Anyway, with this move, I won't have to doubt any of the 18 who are close to me ever again.
俺は二度と、前回の失敗は繰り返さない。
I won't suffer a defeat like last time again.
なるほど。
I see.
前回の失敗を学ばれているのですね。
You have learned from your previous defeat.
良いことですよ。
That is good.
さすがに3度もゲームを重ねると容量が良くなるものです。
It's no surprise that you've become so devious now that you're in your third game.
まずは自陣の守りを固める。
You first strengthen your own defense.
実に堅実な処方です。
That is truly a solid first step.
なかなかの妙手と思いますよ。
Quite a spectacular move, I'd say.
まあ、19人目の人物を仮定したとしても。
Hello, James. Welcome to the stream. Well, even if we do assume there's a 19th person,
マスターキーの本数などのように何人人間を増やしてもクリアできないトリックも残ってる。
there are still a few tricks like left that I can't resolve, like the actual number of master keys, no matter how many humans I add.
しかしとりあえずの初手としては悪くないはずだ。
Still, it isn't bad as a first step for the time being.
バトラ様の切り札、19人目の人物という大駒。
Butler-sama, your trump card is the most important piece, called the 19th person.
証拠はあるのかとの私の一手に、バトラ様は悪魔の証明で反撃。
You countered my move of asking where the proof was by using the devil's proof.
良い攻防です。
A good skirmish.
お嬢様のおられないところで勝手に手を進めてしまうのは申し訳ないのですが。
Although I must apologize for making a move by myself when Milady isn't here.
私も少し面白くなってきてしまったところです。
I find that I too am growing slightly interested.
お嬢様に代わりさらに一手進めさせていただきましょうか。
I wonder if you will allow me to make yet another move on Milady's behalf.
来いよ。
Let's have it! Hold on, guys. I just need to get something really quick. I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I am back. Okay. Let's have it!
魔女だろうと悪魔だろうと相手に不足はね。
I've got no shortage of opponents, be they witches or demons.
バトラ様の刺された一手、悪魔の証明。
This move you presented called the devil's proof.
これは私ども悪魔のお箱でございますが、他にも私どもにはいくつもの手がございます。
It's a specialty of us demons, but there are also various other moves available to us.
ヘンペルのカラスという一手はご存知ですかな？
Do you know of a move called Impels Raven?
ヘンペルのカラス？
Impels Raven?
何の話だ？
What are you talking about? Here we go! Just then, oh, that enraging laugh I've heard so many times started echoing. The room was filled with dazzling golden butterflies, and in the center of that whirlwind, the golden witch appeared.
これはお嬢様。
If it isn't milady.
おはようございます。
Good morning.
わらわのいないところで何やら面白そうなことをしていると思え
I thought you might be doing something interesting while I was away.
ばヘンペルのカラスか。
Impels Raven, was it?
なんとも笑える懐かしいってよ。
Such a familiar move I could almost laugh.
よもやバトラに披露する日が来ようとはな。
To think the day has come when I get to show it off to Battler.
それは悪魔の証明に並ぶ古典的一手だ。
It's a classic move to use against a devil's proof.
ロノウェイ、それはわらわが指す一手ぞ。
Ronove, I will make this move.
わらわの楽しみを減らしてくれるな。
Do not get in the way of my fun.
出やがったなゲラゲラ魔女め。
So you've finally shown up, you guffawing witch!
相変わらず下品に笑いやがって。
I see you're laughing like a freak just as usual.
こいつもお前のこと笑い方に品がねえって陰口言ってたぜ。
This guy was talking behind your back just now, telling me how undignified you look when you do that.
ま
Right?
それは心外な。
How rude.
本当か？
Is that true?
そうもない。
Nonsense.
心より尊敬申し上げているお嬢様に。
Why would I speak such gossip about Milady?
この私めがどうしてそのような陰口を申せましょうか。
Whom I regard with such sincere respect.
よくもシャーシャーと言えるもんだな。
I can't believe you'd say something so shameless.
お前とは仲良くなれそうにないぜ。
Doesn't look like we'll be getting along well together.
まあよい。
Well, that is fine.
話を戻そう。
Let us return to the point at hand.
ヘンペルのカラスは実証を待遇的に行ってみせる。
Impels Raven is used to show actual proof using the contrapositive.
つまりこういう手だ。
In other words, it is a move like this.
カラスが黒いことを証明するにはどうすればいい？
What must you do to prove that ravens are black?
は
Huh?
何の話だ？
What are you talking about?
カラスが黒いことを証明って。
Proof that ravens are black?
カラスを捕まえてきて色が黒いことを確認すりゃいいだけの話だろ。
Wouldn't you just have to catch a raven and check to see if it's black?
その通り。
That's right.
カラスイコール黒いを証明すればよい。
You must simply prove that a raven equals black.
ということは黒くない鳥イコールカラスではないを証明しても同じ論法になるのがわかるかな？
Do you see that if you instead prove that if birds that aren't black equal not ravens, you would reach the same argument?
世界中のカラスでない鳥をすべて調べ、それらが黒くないことを証明すれば。
If you go throughout the world and examine all birds that are not ravens and prove that none of them are black,
それは結果的に故に黒い鳥はカラスであるとなるわけだ。
Then, as a result, you can claim that therefore black birds are ravens.
これを対偶論法という。
This is called an argument by the contrapositive.
そなたには難しいか？
Is that too difficult for you?
ああ、まったく。
Yeah, no kidding.
何言ってやがるのかさっぱりだ。
I've got no idea what you're saying.
バトラ様、
Butler-sama,
こういう例え話はいかがでしょう。
what about this example?
2つの箱があり、片方は当たりでクッキーが入っているといたします。
Let us say you have two boxes, and one of them is a winner with a cookie inside.
もちろん、もう片方は外れで空っぽです。
Of course, the other one is a loser and is empty. Interesting. This was used in Higurashi. Interesting. Wow, that they're bringing this back. Interesting. Okay. For example, here are two boxes where one has a cookie inside and it means you can win, while the other is empty and means you can lose. At this moment, it has a cookie inside equals you win, which implies that you do not win equals it has no cookie inside. When such a relationship exists, the latter is called the contrapositive. Yeah, this is very similar to Zero Time Dilemma here. Yeah. I absolutely, I totally get those vibes. When if A then B is true, then if not B, then not A is also true.
そりゃ当然だろうよ。
Well, that's obvious.
もし選んだ方が外れだったなら、もう片方は自動的に当たりってことになる。
Yes, Nagels, that is true. But I'm just saying the concept was also used in Higurashi.
If the one you guessed was the loser, then you'd automatically know the other one was the winner.
つまり、箱を適当に選び、当たりを引こうと外れを引こうと。
In other words, if you chose the box at random, whether it's the winner or loser,
最初の一手で、どっちの箱にクッキーが入っているか特定できるわけだ。
you'd be able to figure out which box has the cookie in it after your first move.
その通り。
And that is correct.
開けた箱にクッキーが入っていたなら、悪魔の証明を満たす。
If the cookie is in the box you open, then the devil's proof is satisfied.
この箱は当たり、イコール、この箱にはクッキーが入っている。をまさに実証できるわけだ。
You can directly prove that this box is the winner equals the box has a cookie in it.
しかし、開けた箱が空っぽだったなら、この時は逆に、ヘンペルのカラスを満たす。
However, if the box you open is empty, then the reverse, Impels Raven, is satisfied.
この箱にクッキーが入っていない、イコール、この箱は当たりではない、となるのだから。
In other words, this box does not have a cookie in it equals this box isn't the winner.
そしてそれは箱が2つしかないことを前提としている限り。
And as long as we accept the premise that there are no more than two boxes,
もう片方の箱が自動的に当たりであることを対偶的に示している。
the contrapositive shows the other box is automatically the winner.
ま、なんとなく理屈は分かったぜ。
Well, I think I'm starting to see your reasoning.
毒を制するには毒。へりくつにはへりくつってわけだ。
Only poison can stop poison, and only twisted logic can stop twisted logic.
それで
Then what?
俺の島には19人目の人間が隠れているに違いないから。
How does that overturn my claim that because there's definitely a 19th human hidden on the island?
18人全員にアリバイがあっても
even if all 18 people have alibis.
それは魔女を認めることにはならないを。
I
どう切り返してくれるってんだ？
still won't have to accept witches?
よかろう。
Very well.
わらわの手は教えよ
I will teach you about my move.
う。まずそなた。18人の中に犯人はいない。イコール。ならば犯人は19人目としている。
First of all, you are stating that the culprit is not among the 18 equals the culprit is the 19th person.
ならば待遇としてこうなるわけだ。
So if you use the contrapositive, it ends up like this.
つまり犯人は19人目ではない。イコール。ならば18人の中に犯人がいる。
If the culprit is not a 19th person, the culprit is one of the 18.
は
Huh?
あ？なんだと？それはどういう意味だ？
What do you mean?
そなたの指し手を逆手に取っただけだがな。
Only that I've countered your move.
そう難しい話ではあるまい。
Let's try and keep things simple.
ロノウェ、説明せよ。
Ronove, explain.
そなたのさっきのクッキーの箱の例えはバトラに分かりやすいらしい。
It seems you've made things easy enough for Battler to understand with your cookie in a box analogy.
それでは僭越ながら
Then forgive my presumption.
先ほどの例え話でもう一度ご説明させていただきます。
Allow me to explain my earlier example once more. Allow me to repeat my earlier story about 2 treasure boxes, one of which has a cookie in it. In this situation, you have an 18-person box and a 19th-person box. So the cookie represents the culprit. Battler Sama, let's say you open the 18th-person box. Because the cookie is not there, you have paradoxically proven that therefore the cookie is in the 19th-person box. Then let us make an even more paradoxical claim. In other words, if it was first shown that the 19th person box was empty, it would prove at the same time that the cookie is in the 18-person box. Battler Sama played this move in order to avoid having to doubt any of the 18. But it's now being used to prepare an 18-person attack.
なんだと？
What the hell?
わらわが19人目の箱の中身が空っぽであることを先に証明すれば
If I go first and prove the inside of the 19-person box is empty,
そなたは自動的に
you will automatically have to accept that
18人の箱の中にクッキーがあることを認めなければならないということになる。
the cookie is in the 18-person box.
そなたはそれを逆の言い方で口にしたに過ぎんのだぞ。
All I've done is say the other way around, yes?
つまり俺の自信満々の一手は同時に諸刃の剣でもあるってわけか。
So, that move I was so confident in was actually a double-edged sword?
その通りよ。
That's right.
そなたの19人目で全てを説明する一手はそれが破られた時
As soon as you played that move and attempted to explain everything with the 19th person,
18人でしか説明できないことを認めざるを得ないリスクを背負っている。
you'd already taken on a risk that you might be forced to accept the culprit was one of the 18. I see. Impels Raven. So this is a countering technique? Wait, if I think about it, this counter is really disadvantageous for me. This isn't a cookie we're talking about. If I imagine that loser treasure chest actually has a bomb in it, it gets even clearer. And these aren't just 2 treasure chests, but 18 plus 1 more for the 19th person. If you think of it as a total of 19 boxes, it gets even easier to picture. First off, one of the premises of the human culprit theory is that the bomb will definitely be in one of those boxes. I didn't want to place the bomb in the boxes for any of the 18, so I used the devil's proof and created the 19th person box so I could throw the bomb in there. That much was fine. But then Beato struck back. Now, if the contents of the 19 person box are empty, that'll automatically mean the bomb's in one of the other 18 boxes. If I could examine what's inside all of the 18 of those boxes, then as long as I can show the bomb isn't in any of them, I'll be able to safely show the 18 are innocent. If that were possible, I'd have nothing to fear. However, in reality, that'll be almost absolutely impossible. Exactly. That's way too many people to keep track of. The police wouldn't come here in the typhoon. We don't have access to scientific investigations or experts or anything. In short, we can't prove anything decisively. It'll be impossible for me to find any proof other than simply gulping down whatever alibis the 18 give. That means I personally have to prove their innocence, and I have to do it perfectly. Like by staying with them the whole time, never letting them out of my sight for a second. Exactly. By doing that, I could probably be sure of that person's innocence. Sure that the bomb isn't in their box. However, in practical terms, that'll be impossible. In other words, I'd have to expend an incredible effort just to check the contents of one box. And there are 18 of them. In other words, unless I bound all 18 of them in chains and watch over them, it'll be impossible to prove that all of them have empty boxes. However, Beato only has to open one box, the 19th person box. And show that it's empty to prove that the bomb's in one of the other 18 boxes. Furthermore, there's no need for her to show which of the 18 boxes has the bomb. I've got 18 times more work to do to explain my pet theory than Beatrice does for hers.
What
a devil's proof exists in this world.
反論に膨大な手間がかかり、事実上不可能であるケースが少なくない。
It takes a vast amount of effort to argue against it, and there are many cases in which it is impossible to do so because of the situation.
しかし、ヘンペルのカラスはその問題を逆手に取り、容易に実証することを可能とする。
However, Impels Raven turns that problem around and makes it possible to prove things easily.
ヘンペルのカラスを使えば、さまざまな暴論が実証可能なのです。
By using Impels Raven, various reckless arguments become possible to prove true or false.
例えば私以外の人間イコール愚かであるという命題があったとします。
For example, let us say I make the proposition that all humans except me equal foolish.
Wait a minute. Is he calling himself a human? Wait, what? Is he calling himself a human?
これを証明するには本来私を除く全人類を調べ愚かであることを証明しなければなりません。
Normally, I would have to examine all humanity except myself and show that they are all foolish.
しかし何十億人も調べるなど現実には不可能でしょう。
However, in reality, it would be impossible to investigate billions of people.
マトラ様の18箱を開ける手間と全く同じです。
It's just the same sort of effort you need to open all 18 boxes.
しかしヘンペルのカラスならばその命題は待遇的にこう変換される。
However, by using Impels Raven, the contrapositive of that proposition would change it into this.
つまり私以外の人間イコール愚かであるをそなた風に言うならば
If you, to use your phrase, spin the chessboard around on the claim that all humans except me equal foolish,
チェス盤をひっくり返し愚かではないイコール私として証明してもよいということだ。
you would have to do nothing more than prove that not foolish equals me.
つまりどういうことだと思う？
And what do you think that means?
わらわが聡明であるという事実を知るだけで
As soon as I know the fact that I am wise,
全人類は愚かであることの何十億人分もの証明が直ちに終了してしまうわけだ。
I will be able to show in an instant that every one of the billions of people in the human race is foolish!
全人類がわらわよりも愚かであることをわずか1秒もかけずに証明終了できる。
In less than a second, I could finish proving that the entire human race is more foolish than me!
世界最強最速の QED。
It is truly the strongest and fastest QED in the world.
ヘンペルのカラス。
This Impels Raven!
なんつう暴論だよ。
What is a ridiculous argument?
これはとても便利な一手ですよ。
It is a very, very convenient move.
悪魔どころか神々も好む一手です。
Not only demons, but gods also use it.
幸福であるイコール神のしもべを命題とするとき、
When they propose that the blessed equal the servants of a god,
待遇は神のしもべでない人間イコール幸福であってはいけないとなります。
the contrapositive is, a human that is not a servant of God equals he must not be blessed.
つまり神のしもべがその加護によって幸福であることを実証するためには、
So in order to prove that servants of gods are blessed with divine protection,
その加護を受けぬ人々が不幸であることを実証すればいいわけです。
they only have to bring ill fortune down upon those people who don't receive such protection.
そして彼らは
So by bringing misfortune down upon those who don't believe in them,
自らの神を信じない人々を不幸に突き落とすことで
they
自
prove
らの幸福を実証する。
their blessedness.
人に幸福を与えるには莫大なコストがかかる。
An enormous cost is required to give humans happiness.
しかし人を不幸にするのに必要なコストははるかに安上がりだ。
However, it takes a lot less to bring humans misfortune.
つまりヘンペルのカラスを使えば神々は実に低コストで信者に加護の喜びを与えられるわけよ。
So by using Impels Raven, gods are actually giving believers the joy of divine protection for cheap.
悪魔だ。
You demon!
悪魔の理論だ。
It's a demon's argument.
めちゃくちゃだ。
That's crazy!
話がそれてしまったようだな。
It seems we've gotten off topic.
そろそろ話を戻そうぞ。
Let us get back to the point.
わらわの反撃の一手は以上だ。
The move for my counterattack is complete.
そなたの19人目が犯人だから18人は無実で魔女も存在しないへの反撃は。
And now, in response to your claim of the 19th person is the culprit, and therefore the 18 are innocent, and the witch doesn't exist.
ならば19人目が犯人でないことを証明できたら。
I say, therefore, if I can prove the culprit is not some 19th person,
18人か魔女のどちらかが犯人ということで確定するぞ。
we can be sure that the culprit is either one of the 18 or a witch.
との確認だ。
Right. For a while, I just stood there, shocked, completely forgetting to close my mouth. Just when I thought I'd countered one of their strong points. Their counterattack had been this reckless argument that I couldn't possibly have anticipated. Is this going to be impossible after all? To continue denying the witch on an island with no more than 18 people? And to still believe in the innocence of those 18 people? Is that just a delusion? Am I just trying to escape reality? Not yet. Don't give up this desperate struggle yet. Who cares about whoever's Raven? They're just trying to confuse me by bringing up weird bits of trivia. I use the devil's proof. Don't feel uncertain about something you've used once. Believe in the spear you've drawn. And then, forcefully, gouge it in.
まだまだ序盤だぞ。
We're still in the opening part of the game.
この程度で長考するつもりか？
Do you plan on to keep thinking on this level?
いや待て、確認するぞ。
Wait a sec. I want to be sure.
確かに俺は分かりやすく19人目という言い方をしたが、
I'll admit that I talked about the 19th person to keep it simple.
悪魔の証明によって18人以上人間を増やせるなら、
But if we're going to use the devil's proof to raise the number of people above 18,
それは10人いるか100人いるかもわからない不特定多数ということだ。
then we'd have no way of knowing if there were 10 people, 100 people, or even an indeterminate number of people.
お前が想定する人数より常に一人多い。
There's always one more than you assume.
わかるか？
Get it? They countered my twisted logic with something even more twisted. So the only thing that could counter that would be even crazier twisted logic.
なるほど。
Ah, I see.
わらわが19人目のアリバイを何らかの方法で証明したとしても、
I see. Even if some eyes somehow approve an alibi for the 19th person.
その瞬間にそなたは20人目を生み出し犯人だと主張する。
As soon as I do, you will think of a 20th person and claim that they are the culprit.
これを無限に繰り返すことによって、わらわは永遠に彼らのアリバイの証明が終えられないというわけか。
By repeating this endlessly, you would make it so I kept searching for the alibis for all eternity.
なるほどなるほど。
I see.
さながらイナゴの大群を呼び出す魔王よな。
And just like a demon king summoning a plague of locusts.
さすがは金蔵の孫よ。
I wouldn't expect anything less from Kinzer's grandchild.
召喚術の才能には恵まれていると見える。
It looks like you have been gifted with a talent in summoning.
つまり
Yep, exactly, Armora. In short,
18人以外の存在 X は常にアリバイを証明することが不可能なんだ。
it's time to always prove an alibi for each person X outside of the first 18.
どうだベアト。
How do you like that, Beato?
ヘリクス合戦だと分かれば俺も負けねえぜ。
Now that I know we're having a battle with twisted logic, I won't lose! How foolish.
わらわを誰と心得る。
Who do you think I am?
わらわこそは無限の魔女。
I am the Endless Witch!
そのわらわに無限にて挑むとは肩払いたいわ。
The thought that you could challenge me endlessly is just absurd.
無限を操ることはつまり無限を殺すこともできるということ。
Endless control means that I am able to kill endlessly.
わらわが19人目を切れば、そなたは20人目を呼び。
When your 19th person folds, you will summon a 20th.
20人目を切れば、21人目を呼び。
And when your 20th person folds, you will summon a 21st.
21人目を切れば、22人目を切れば。
And when your 21st person and your 22nd person folds,
23人目を呼び、34人目を呼び、6計4358兆2235億7967万3204人目を呼び。
my god, I wish I could do that. You will summon a 23rd person, a 34th person, a 6th.
64 quintillion, 358 quadrillion, 223 trillion, 579 billion, 673 million, 204,000. God damn it, person. I miscounted my decimal places. Fuck. I miscounted by three places. Fuck. Hello, Lucklaster. Welcome to the stream. 643 quadrillion, 582 trillion, 235 billion, 796 million, 732,000, and fourth person.
わらわを永遠に翻弄で生きるとでも
Did you think you'd have me at your mercy for all eternity?
無限交代とは笑わせる
I laugh at infinite regress.
わらわに無限は通じぬわ
The infinite doesn't work against me!
ほう。ならばどうやってこの俺の無限を殺すんだよ。見せてみろよ。
Well then, how will you kill my endless? Just try and show me! Oh god.
わらわには真実を赤で語る力があろうが
I have the power to speak the truth in red!
来やがったな。
Here it comes!
わらわが赤で語るときそこには一切の幻想がない
When I speak in red, it will contain absolutely no illusions.
わらわがこの島には100人しかいないと一言赤で語れば
If I say once in red that there are no more than 100 people on this island,
そなたにはもはや101人目を生み出すことはかなわぬのだ
you will no longer be permitted to create a 101st person.
ほらバトラー
See, battler!
今度はどんな真実を赤で語ってみせようか
What truth shall I tell in red this time?
どんな拠り所を叩き切ってそなたを絶望に突き落としてやろうか
Where shall I strike for the kill and force you into hopelessness?
そうらいつもの怯えた顔を見せてみるがいい
Come, show me your usual frightened face. Ugh.
なに
What?
そなた笑うか
Why are you laughing? I wonder what kind of creepy look I had on my face as I laughed right then. That red sure is scary. Every time it jumps out, I'm driven into the depths of hopelessness. But I've already realized something. There's no need to be overly afraid of the red.
また抜きやがったな。殿下の宝刀だ。
You've brought out your trump card again.
それで
So?
今度はベアトリーチェ様は何をどう赤で語ってくださるってんだ
How and for what will Beatrice Selma use the red this time? Oh.
それはどういう意味か
What do you mean by that?
急に余裕を見せよって
Suddenly looking so relaxed.
悪いがその真っ赤な宝刀は俺も抜いてくれるのを待ってたんだ
Sorry, but I was waiting for you to take out that blood-red treasured sword of yours.
さてお前は今度は何を赤で宣言してくれるんだ
Let's see, what do you proclaim in red this time?
言っとくがそいつは自爆だぜ
You aren't gonna say the culprit was one of those 18 people, are you?
その時点でお前は魔女説を自ら捨てたも同然
Be careful, since that'd mean self-destruction for you, right?
まさに投了だ。
That'd be the same as throwing away your own witch theory yourself.
確かに俺にとっても
A complete resignation. That's right. The red wasn't always a weapon that worked in Beatrice's favor alone. It was the other way around. If she used it in the wrong way, it was dangerous enough that she could bring about her own death. If she used it carelessly and said something that ended up denying herself, that'd be exactly the same as self-destructing.
18人の中に犯人がいると赤で言われることは受け入れたくない悲しい事実さ。
Of course, it'd be sad and difficult for me to accept if you told me in red that one of the 18 was the culprit.
たとえ誰が犯人であっても俺はきっと辛い気持ちになるだろうぜ。
No matter who the culprit actually was, I'd definitely have to deal with some tough emotions.
だが人間が犯人だとお前が赤で語ることはお前の投了宣言にも等しい。
But before that, it would mean your defeat. Saying in red that the culprit is a human is equivalent to your proclamation of resignation.
お前が俺と差し違えても相打ちにしたいってんならそれも面白い一手だろうぜ。
If you wanted us to finish each other off in a simultaneous clash, I'd say that's a pretty interesting move.
だがこの勝負は俺の勝ちで終わる。
However, this particular battle will end in my victory. Beatrice's red was her true trump card. When that person speaks in red, it's definitely the truth, and no amount of proof or counter-arguments can change that. Until now, she's used that to severely wound me, and each time the shiny foundation supporting my arc, gets split in half. However, if she uses it carelessly, then I can also glean a little information about the truth. In the last game, I used that to my advantage, especially during the chapel's closed room trick. And almost completely got her boxed in at one point. But she was pretty sly herself. She's learned from that experience, and since then she's using discretion in the timing of her red. This feeling of tension was almost literally like a battle with real swords. This is a high-level intellectual battle. No, not an intellectual battle. This really is twisted logic. This was the world's craziest and worst battle of twisted logic.
さあ、今度はお前の手番だぜ。
Okay, now it's time to hear your plan.
そうさ。
That's right.
お前のヘンペルのカラスを使うには
To use your Impels Raven.
まず18人以外に何人の人間がいるのかを赤で確定させる必要がある。
First, you'll have to confirm in red how many humans there are other than the 18.
その上でそれらの人間についてさらに赤で犯人でないことを宣言したならば
And after that, if you will claim in red that none of the people in the group are the culprit,
なるほど。こいつは俺にとって致命傷になるだろうぜ。
that's right. That might be a fatal wound to me.
あれほど怯えていた赤はもはやみじんも怯えぬとはな。
I'm surprised that you have no longer even an atom of room.
a fear for the red, which once terrified you so much.
たくましいやつよ。
You're quite resilient.
抜いてみろよ。
Try taking it out.
殿下の宝刀。
That treasured sword. That trump card of yours.
バッサリ決まって今度こそ俺を屈服できるかもしれねえぜ。
This time you might be able to make me surrender with a single stroke, right?
面白い。
Interesting.
こうでなくてはな。
I wouldn't have it any other way. Agitate her. Challenge her. Drive her into a corner to make her speak in red. Of course, her red's always wiping out my only rays of hope. But don't be afraid of that. On this island overcome with falsehoods and illusions, the only thing I can trust is the information she speaks in red. It's my only way across the chasm of hell. Chasm. Just a single tightrope. Her merciless blood-red blade is the only way I can survive. This isn't just walking on a tightrope. It's literally walking on the edge of a blade. Of course I'm afraid, because my victory condition is the denial of witches. Then, to use her contrapositive logic, the culprit must be human. But I didn't want to search for a culprit amid the 18. That's what made me stick to a weak position, since I had to claim both that it couldn't be a witch and that it couldn't be one of the 18. Last time I was unable to understand that, so that's where she hit me, leaving me tattered and defeated. But that's okay. Let her hit me. Let her attack. No problem. Someone said it once again in an old sword fighting game. Someone once said it in an old sword fighting movie that a good fortress has one and only one intentionally weak point. The enemy would gather there. They would be lured there. And that would be where the actual battle took place. As long as I understood my weak points, and as long as she wanted to attack those weak points, it was as if I were luring her into launching an attack there. Gauge the distance between us with care, retreating step by step. Make them move forward. The more she recklessly flourished that red, the more chances I would get to strike back. Don't be afraid of the red. Keep her cornered, so that she'll have no choice but to refute me with the red. No matter how oppressively she speaks in red. That's right. That red itself is the same as the fresh blood leaking from her wounds.
さあ
So,
どうしたよ。
what's wrong?
まずはこの島に合計で何人いるのか赤で語ってもらおうじゃねえか。
First of all, why don't you tell me how many people are on this island total?
さもないとお前のカラスは俺に切り込めないぜ。
If you don't, your raven can't cut me up.
破れかぶれがこうもやりにくいとは。
How surprising that you can be this desperate, and yet this difficult.
捨て身というやつはいつの時代も侮れんな。
One cannot make light of someone putting their life on the line, no matter what the era.
やはり金蔵の孫か。
It's no surprise you're Kinzo's grandchild.
追い詰められれば追い詰められるほどに不敵。
Yeah, it's no surprise you're Kinzo's grandchild. The more cornered you are, the bolder you become. Renove cleared his throat.
膠着しましたね。
It appears I have to be a stalemate. It appears to be a stalemate,
せ
sorry.
っかくの紅茶も冷めてしまいますよ。お嬢様。
That black tea I worked so hard to make is getting cold, milady. Renove, who was supposed to be her ally, roguishly rushed her into her making her next move. Beato probably thought she'd manage to smile back and appear confident, but she couldn't hide the sweat building up in her forehead. By now, she had completely lost the confident feeling that allowed her to turn her nose up at her worthless opponent. Of course, she probably wouldn't be cornered by something like this. She's just being cautious. Until now, I've been inexperienced. I didn't know how to fight, and I wasn't strong enough to be her opponent. However, now that we've reached the third game, she's realized that I'm starting to become more skilled. And she's grown more cautious, thinking every move over carefully. Sure, that's just fine, Beatrice. Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you happy now?
面白くなってきたぜ。
Now it's starting to get interesting, huh?
バトラー。
Butler. Here it comes.
拉致が開かねえな。
This isn't getting us anywhere.
ならズバッと気持ちよくいつものやつで行こうじゃねえか。
Then should we get to the heart of the matter and go with the usual?
Oh,
いつものやつとな。
the usual, you say.
ならば頼もうではないか。
Then by all means.
あれを聞かぬと、やはり始まった気がせぬわ。
If I don't hear you say that, I guess I just won't feel like starting. The first move was mine.
行くぜベアト。
Here I go, Beato.
副将要求。
Repeat it!
この島には18人しかいない。
On this island, there are only 18 people.
こいつを赤で言われちまったら、俺は18人の誰かを疑わざるを得ない。
If I hear you say this in red, I'll have no choice but to suspect one of the 18.
19人目の仕業にはもうできず、八方塞がりさ。
I won't be able to say a 19th person did it, so all doors will be closed to me.
だが、俺は18人の中に犯人が絶対にいないと信じてる。
However, I believe the culprit definitely isn't one of the 18.
あんな残酷な殺人を18人の誰にも起こせるものか。
There's no way any of those 18 could commit such brutal murders.
繰り返すぞ。
I'll say it again.
不詳要求。
Repeat it!
この島には18人しかいない。
On this island, there are only 18 people.
拒否する。
I refuse.
理由は明かさない。
I won't say why. Whew! I'd avoided what would have been the worst red for me. If she'd repeated that, I'd be faced with those two worst choices of accepting the witch or suspecting one of the 18. Like last time, all over again. But Beato had proclaimed my ultimate and greatest weakness in red. She refused to repeat it, even though there was no reason for her not to strike, even though it was a weakness she should have been drooling at. She hadn't sliced me up with red using that move, which has been good at forking a rook and the king. That was the biggest sign of my advantage. That's right. The culprit isn't one of the 18. I won't suspect anyone. And since the culprit isn't a witch either, it means a 19th person exists on this island. And that's you. A person who, as grandfather's mistress of 30 years, has been secretly living in a hidden mansion in the forest for a long, long time. The human Beatrice!
そうさ。
That's right!
お前は魔女なんかじゃない。
You aren't a witch or anything like it!
この島に何十年も隠れ住んできた。ただの人間なんだ。
You're just a human who's been living on this island and hiding for several decades!
1000年を経た無限の魔女のわらわをただの人間呼ばわりしたか。
Did you just call me the endless witch who has lived for over 1,000 years a human? For a while, Beatrice continued to laugh unpleasantly and gloatingly, or maybe spitefully.
いいか、続けるぜ。
Are you ready? I'll keep going.
続けて副賞要求。
Again, repeat it!
この島には19人以上がいる。
There are 19 people or more on this island. Beatrice fell silent once again. She'd probably remain extremely cautious as long as confirming the number of humans on the island might give her some large disadvantage, depending on the situation. The red had already become a foothold for my counterattacks. Now that we know this, it makes the red very risky for the witch. But if she couldn't repeat this, her Impels Raven wouldn't be effective. To break my devil's proof, she would need to settle the existence and number of people outside the 18 in red. I wonder if you could just ask her to say I am a witch in red. That's right. She couldn't break the existence of a 19th person unless she uses red. I've closed Beato in, giving her no choice but to speak in red. There really is a way to fight in this witch's game.
拒否してもいいんだぜ。
It's okay to refuse.
お前が赤で言えないなら、この島の合計人数は18プラス X ってことになる。
If you can't say it in red, that means there's a total of 18 plus X people on this island.
この X は 初手で許すには相当でかい大駒だぜ。
That X is a pretty massive piece to lose on your first move, right?
何しろ以後18人の誰にも不可能だったという根拠のトリックは
After all, from now on, all of the tricks that were impossible for the 18
全て18人以外の人間 X で説明可能になる。
can be explained with a human X who isn't in that group.
全員アリバイ系の密室を全て打ち破れる大駒だ。
This huge piece can break open all the rooms you've said were closed, because everyone had an alibi. It was just like how a chess bishop can cut a thin line through enemy forces as long as there's a slight gap. It could only be effectively used on squares of the same color, but it was very good at controlling territory on the board. It looks like Beato also noticed her current flight. She couldn't just let an important piece just go, especially this close to the beginning of the game. If she pulled out her red treasured sword, it wouldn't be that difficult to save herself from this. But Beato was completely aware that I was expecting it. She was afraid that a careless red truth might end up strangling her own neck. Because in the first place, a wish is something that ought to be denied in red. Believe. Don't doubt. Witches don't exist. Something like that couldn't exist in this world. Uh-oh, Battler. Uh-oh. You're setting yourself up for a fall, Battler. They can only exist in the valleys between truths. They have a fragile existence, curled up in these cracks, frantically trying to protect themselves from the brutal winds of truth. And they can only barely exist like a mirage by surviving on falsehoods and illusions. In other words, the red, which only witches can use, is the reality that might easily deny their very being. The more they brandish their red words, the more they begin to lose bit by bit the crack in truth inside which they can endure. That's why they don't want to use the red words and carelessly lose that crack in truth, which is based on fuzzy information or illusions, in other words. That's because they understand that they're gradually being cornered. Of course, that bastard will never admit it, because if she did, it'd be the same as admitting that she's in something that can't exist in this world, like an imaginary number. Don't be afraid. Stay strong. I know she's the one who's really been pierced to the bone. After all, her red treasured sword can't be used without a lot of preparation.
どうしたよ。
What's wrong?
繰り返すぜ。
I'll say it again.
副将要件。
Repeat it!
この島には19人以上がいる。
There are 19 people or more on this island! I refuse. At the end of Beato's worrying, she took a single deep breath and quietly announced her refusal. I thought she'd use it. But Beato refused to speak in red, even though it cost her victory in the opening part of the game.
拒否したな。
You refused.
ということは今後。
Which means that, from now on,
俺は18人以外の架空人物 X を何人でも使い放題ってことになるぜ。
I can create as many fictional character X's outside of the 18 as I want.
好きにするがよい。
Do as you wish.
わらわはそなたの復唱を拒否した。
I have refused to repeat what you have told me.
今はそれで十分である。
Isn't that enough for now?
拒否の理由は
The reasons for my refusal is...
いや、今はまだ明かさない。
No, I won't tell you yet.
いずれすぐにわかる。
Anyway, you'll know soon enough.
もったいぶりやがってよ。
Still acting tough, I see.
あえて使わぬ赤もまた赤らしい使い方よ。
Choosing not to use the red is another way of using it.
そなたは赤き宝刀と呼んだな。
You called it my red treasured sword.
愉快な例えよ。
A pleasant metaphor.
わらわも使おう。
I will use it too.
宝刀は抜かぬうちが花よ。
A treasured sword is at its best when it is sheathed.
むしろ抜かぬことによって醸せる畏怖というものもある。
そうだな。
That's right!
俺はお前がいつ赤でひっくり返してくるか常に念頭に置いて戦わなければならない。
As I fight, I always have to keep in mind whether you might spin everything around with those red words.
こいつはえれえプレッシャーな。
It's some pretty serious pressure.
それに復唱を拒否される方が辛い場合もある。
And there are also times where you make things pretty tough by refusing to repeat after me.
何しろ俺の読みが正しいから拒否できないのか。
Those times, I can't tell if you can't repeat because my guess was right.
ミスリードにはまって泳がされてるのか区別がつかないからな。
Or if you're just misleading me and letting me blunder a route.
そういう意味ではなるほど。
If you think of it that way, yeah.
抜かずの宝刀ってわけだ。
It's a sheathed treasured sword.
な
So what?
あ、同じ突き落とすなら少しでも高いところに行かせてからに限る。
If I'm going to push you off a cliff anyway, better to let you climb a bit higher first.
まだ始まったばかり。
We still have barely begun.
まだまだな。
Much is left to come.
この勝負は
I'll
今はわらわがリザインする。
I will resign from this challenge.
淡き勝利に今はよい。
Go and get drunk on your favorite victory for now.
今はね。
But only one for now. And there we go. So Battler couldn't even, so Beatrice cannot say that there's only 18 people, which is something I thought right away, that there's definitely more than 18 people. There's probably a ton more people on the island. It's what I would imagine. There's probably a ton of them. Practically speaking, the other part of the game ended up with her being a sore loser. Even so, I couldn't relax my guard at all. That tension didn't fade out one bit until I was greeted by the sound of Renove's applause.
お見事です、バトラ様。
Spectacular, Butler-sama.
まずは序盤はバトラ様有利の展開でスタートというところでしょうか。
Perhaps you have started this game with an advantageous development.
さあな。
Who knows?
この駒が俺の手でもぎ取ったものなのか。
Who knows? I still don't know whether I've taken a piece by my move.
取るよう誘導されたものかはまだわからねえな。
Or whether she guided me into taking it.
どうせお前のことだ。
After all, knowing you,
俺が罠にはまり始めてるのを知ってて、白々しく拍手をしてるんだろ。
you probably know if I'm being led into a trap, and that clapping is just you're mocking me openly, right?
まさか。
How could you think that?
序盤とはいえ、お嬢様より一本を奪った手腕を純粋に祝福いたしております。
I am innocently celebrating your ability, which has enabled you to take one shot at Milady, even though it is only in the first round.
何しろお嬢様はすぐ増長するお方。
In any event, Milady is a person who is quick to become arrogant.
たまにはこのような刺激も良い薬かと思いますよ。
I believe that a little encouragement such as this could be good medicine every once in a while.
お前んとこの執事、ほんと口悪いな。
This butler of yours sure has a vicious tongue.
であろう？
He does, doesn't he?
たまにわらわでもカチンとくるぞ。
Sometimes he ticks me off as well.
それは大変に失礼いたしました。
My, how incredibly rude of me.
さあさあ、お嬢様にバトラ様。
Well then, Milady, Butler-sama, take care.
紅茶のおかわりはいかがですかな？
How would you like some more black tea?
まだゲームは始まったばかりでございます。
The game has still barely begun.
ゲームを彩るお茶とお菓子はどうかこの私めにお任せを。
Please allow me to prepare all the tea and snacks needed to adorn the game.
どうぞお気兼ねなくゲームをおすすめになってください。
I ask that you to continue your game without any reservations.
そうさせてもらう。
I will.
先を進めるぜ。
Let's move forward.
これからが本番だ。
Now is when it really starts.
よかろう。
Very well.
時計を進めようではないか。
Let us advance the clock.
どの上、紅茶を頼む。
Oh, sorry, that's Beatrice saying that. God damn it. Very well. Very well. Let us advance the clock. Ronove? Black tea, please.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
クッキーは？
How about a cookie?
いらぬ。
I don't need one.
ベルゼブブにあれば喜ぼう。
I give it to Beelzebub to keep her happy.
しばし沈黙せよ。
Remain silent for now. While listening to the sound of the demon butler pouring tea, the witch closed her eyes slightly and fell silent. For some time, she was deeply lost in thought, but eventually a roguish glint came into her eyes.
よかろう。
Very well.
わらわがどうして初手にて赤で語るのを拒否したのか、今より分からせてやろうぞ。
Oh my god, she's gonna say it already? Why don't I inform you now as to why I refused to speak in red during the first move?
何？
What?
上等じゃねえかよ。
Bring it on.
お手並み拝見と行くぜ。
Show me what you've got.
やはり見逃すには惜しい大駒よ。
Yes, that piece really was big enough that I'd hate to lose it.
拙速かもしれぬが動かせてもらおう。
It may be hasty, but allow me to make my move.
赤は使わぬが、今よりそれをわらわに代わってローザが説明する。
I won't use the red, but from here on, Rosa will explain on my behalf.
聞くがよい。
Listen.
God damn it!
もちろん私も同意よ。
And of course, the scene changes. Oh my god. Of course. Right there, of course it changed right there. Do you, does anyone know how long this next scene is? Is it a longer scene or a shorter one? Around how long is this scene? Does anyone know? It's a shorter one. Okay. Then I'll do this one and then that'll be it for today. So, okay, great.
Of course, I think the same way.
I'm almost at the chapter break? Perfect.
ローザもそうでしょ？
Rosa does too, right?
ローザ？
Rosa?
ごめんなさい。
Huh? Oh, sorry.
私も同じよ。
Me too.
同意するわ。
I think that too.
どうしたんや、ローザさん。
What's wrong, Rosa-san?
あんたさっきからずいぶんおとなしいな。
You've been really quiet for a while now.
体調でも悪いんとちゃうか？
Are you feeling sick?
From the beginning, Rosa had never been one to cut in on the siblings' fights. But even so, she seemed unmotivated, and had said almost nothing during this night's conference. The whole time she had hung her head and appeared to be thinking of something else.
あんたさっきからぼんやりしてるわよ。
You've been in a daze for a while now.
そんなので遺産が守れると思ってるの？
Do you think you can protect the inheritance like that?
あんたも一児の母なんだから、もっとしっかりなさいよ。
You're also the mother of your child, so get the stronger hold on yourself.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
朝がだいぶ早かったんじゃないかね。
Did you wake up really early this morning?
体調が悪いなら無理をしない方がいいだろう。
If you feel sick, you shouldn't overdo it.
客室にベッドの用意がありますよ。
The beds in our guest rooms have been prepared.
お休みになってはいかがですか？
How about taking a rest?
ご案内しますよ。
I will guide you.
いえ、大丈夫です。
No, I'm fine.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
どうしたんだ？
What is it?
何か心配事でもあるのか？
Is that something you're worried about?
いえ、
別に。
No, not really.
そう？
Is that so?
さっきからずっと心ここにあらずという感じよ。
It feels like your mind has been elsewhere this whole time.
そしてそれは今私たちがしている議題と何か関係があるんじゃないかしら。
I wonder if that has anything to do with what we've been talking about. At those words, everyone stared at Rosa together. As if in response, Rosa's shoulders quivered. Apparently, Kirie's guess hadn't been wrong. Rosa couldn't deny it either.
いえ、
No, She swallowed whatever it was that she had been trying to say and went silent again. Of course, the other siblings also began to realize that something about her appearance was different from usual.
どうしたんだ？
What is it?
さっきからおかしいぞ。
You've been weird for a while.
何か思うことでもあるのか？
Did you think of something?
わしら全員で団結しようって誓い合ったばかりやないか。
We just all swore to remain united, didn't we?
一人で悩むなんて水臭い話やで。
Don't hold back, worry by yourself.
話したってな。
We said we'd talk.
ローザ、
Rosa,
話しなさい。
tell us.
The men pressed her one after the other, and Rosa confessed resignedly and nervously. The atmosphere made it seem as though she was confessing to some modest prank, which had inadvertently brought about a serious situation.
いえ、
No,
ベアトリーチェっていうお父様の愛人って
this mistress of grandfather's, this Beatrice,
本当に生きてるのかしらって思って。
I was wondering if she's still alive?
はあ？
Huh?
そりゃ生きてるに決まってるでしょ
Isn't it obvious that she's alive?
う。こうして手紙を送ってくるぐらいだもの。
After all, she was able to send that letter to us.
元気かどうかは別の問題だろうけどな。
Whether she's in good health or not is a different story, though.
肖像画の美女も今じゃきっといいお年だろうぜ。
The woman in that portrait must be getting up there in age by now.
元気やと思うで。
I'd say that's healthy.
金のことで悪知恵働くやつは決まっていくつになっても元気や。
People who are crafty when it comes to money stay healthy no matter how old they get.
案外悪巧みは最高の回春剤かもしらへんで。
Her evil plan might even be the best rejuvenating agent.
生きてるはずないの。
She shouldn't be alive. Huh?
今なんて？
What'd y'all just say?
ベアトリーチェは死んでるのよ。
Beatrice is dead.
私が殺した。
I killed her. What? What? How? Wait, what? How? I killed her.
なんだって？
What'd you just say?
どういうことよ、ローザ？
What do you mean, Rosa?
でも 私が殺したわけじゃ。
But it wasn't really me who killed her.
でも私があんなところに連れ出したから、
Though I did bring her to a place like that.
やっぱり私が殺したのよ。
No, I did kill her after all.
あれは夢だと思い込もうとしたのよ。
I tried to make myself believe it was a dream.
でもやっぱりあれは夢じゃなかったのよ。
But it wasn't really a dream, was it?
だからこれはベアトリチェの亡霊からの手紙なのよ。
Let's make this a letter from Beatrice's ghost. It was so sudden that everyone was lost for words. Rosa kept on talking, unable to stop, holding her head as her hair flew about.
どうか落ち着いて。
Calm yourself,
ローザさん。
Rosa-san.
わしには何が何やらさっぱりや。
I have absolutely no clue what's going on. Seriously, Rosa, what?
もう死んどる？
Already dead? Nani?
どういう意味なんや？
What do you mean?
2つの意味があると思うわ。
I think it means two things.
まず1つ目は言葉通りの意味。
First, its literal meaning.
そしてもう1つは私たちの想像が正しかったことを裏付けるもの。
And second, it backs up our earlier guess.
ということは
Which means...
ローザはベアトリーチェに会ったことがあるというのか。
Rosa has met with Beatrice, right?
そんな話ローザの口からは一度も聞いたことがないわ。
I've never heard of Rosa mentioning anything like this.
ローザいつよ。
Rosa, when was it?
あなたは一体いつベアトリーチェに会ったのよ。
When could you possibly have met Beatrice?
昔よ。
Long ago.
ずっと昔よ。
Long ago.
まだこの島に引っ越してきたばかりで私は幼かった。
We just moved over to the island and I was still young.
私は悪くないの。私が殺したわけじゃ。
It was not my fault and it's not like I killed her.
落ち着け。
Calm down.
誰もお前を責めちゃいねえぜ。
No one's blaming you for anything, right?
まず水でも飲め。
First, drink some water. Okay?
夏日さん、水差しを頼む。
Natsuo-san, pigeon, please.
はい。
Yes.
どうぞローザさん。
Here you go, Rosa-san.
どうか落ち着いて。
Please, calm yourself. Until Rosa was able to calm her ragged breathing, no one was able to speak a word. Yep, yeah, that was a very short section, yep. So we are left with this ominous cliffhanger right here. Oh my god. So there was a human Beatrice that Rosa apparently had a hand in. She died accidentally?
Beatrice.
Okay, you guys.
Look at where Kinzo is. Look at this area here. Oh my god. Well, that was another certainly exciting logic battle between Beatrice and Battler, and then we have a little tease of what's going to happen next time. I know that, you know, the beginnings of every episode are always a bit slow, but boy does it ever get revved up later on. I can't wait to stream again next time. I really want to thank everyone who came today. Seriously. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for coming to these streams. Seriously, thank you. That was a crazy cliffhanger. And now let me move on to page 5 to save. Let's see. Will I be able to finish this in 8 more episodes? I think not. Will this end on episode 12? Oh, you guys are way too nice to me. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll, because this was the 4th stream, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I am not going to finish this on episode 11. Nope. I don't... Crap, that means I'm going to have to overlap the first few. And then, yeah, jeez. Yeah? Oh, God. Because the last one went to 17 episodes. And then episode 1 went to 15 or something. But even then, that had like the 5-hour episode. So that may as well have been 16 episodes. So that's going to be the average for each episode. Like 16 or 17 streams. So, yep. We'll see what happens then. I'm gonna just have no choice but to overwrite my earliest saves. So, again, thank you all so much for coming. I can't wait to see you all again in 2 days. So, until then, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.